Hello, Star Citizens, and welcome to another Star Citizen Nightly. We're actually going to do our ship showdown pick in this one as well because, I don't want to just make the videos all, ship showdown videos. I also want to talk about the other stuff that's going on in Star Citizen. But it wasn't a whole lot going on, so this will be a pretty short one. So make sure you like, dislike, leave a comment, subscribe, or join, and you will be entered to win our ship that we are giving away this month. So we yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Anyway, let's move in and do this thing. So let's start with what we're gonna do with our ship showdown stuff for the people who just came for the ship showdown stuff. All right, so I actually don't know who won the one from yesterday, so you're about to see me react to it live because I have no idea who won the other day. The Terrapin. Okay, yeah, I guess I kind of should have figured that the Terrapin was gonna win. I mean, I voted. My bracket is already broken because the 600i. I thought people would at least let the 890 jump get to round two, but the 600i folks they wanted it. My semifinals bracket is not broken yet though because I still have. So my round two bracket, that's always the hardest one to predict. But the semifinals, I still got uh I still got C1. I got C1. I got Terrapin. We're gonna find out about this one, but I think it'll be Vulture, and then I think it'll be F7C. It's tough. This is the hardest one right here, I think now because the F8C is more popular, but not a lot of people own it. So I feel like the F7C is going to win because not a lot of people own the F8C. Well, what I mean by not a lot of people is the majority of voters do not have an F8C. So I think the majority of voters have an F7C. So I'm gonna edit. Well, I think I already did. The other day I think I changed, based on like knowing now that you can't get the skin unless you own the ship. Yeah, I think F7C. I'll go, yeah. So far, it's C1, Terrapin, Vulture, F7C. Then I got the F7C beating the Vulture, and I got the Terrapin beating the C1, and then it'll be Terrapin versus F7C, and I got Terrapin winning the whole thing. So not that many people have Terrapins either, but I know a lot of people love the Terrapin. So we'll see. Anyway, let's talk about these two. Okay, this is a weird matchup for me. I guess I don't quite understand why these two are going against each other. Because one is a snub ship and one is a full ship, right? So like, I like the design of the Fury more. I think the M50 is the better overall ship. Mainly because I think snub racers are not really meant to be like these lovable ships so much as they're supposed to be like, this ship has a purpose, here it is. But I do think they're really good at getting you from point A to point B if you don't need to like jump anywhere, right? So like if you're on a planet and that planet has a garage thing, like one of the garage hangars where you can, take the smallest vehicles out and you pull a Fury out, boom, and you're going somewhere else where you can store it, or where you need to just go somewhere and come back or something like that. I think the Fury is gonna, really put up it's gonna put up some high numbers. It's the fact that thing is really fast. So they do have a secondary purpose, but yeah, for this one it's hard for me, not because I kind of think I know what's gonna happen, but because I think the M50 deserves, the win here, because I think the Fury is just gonna get its just due, and I'm still voting based on trying to get people skins. So I'll do my vote, and it's the M50, and it's not looking great. We got 17 hours though to get the M50 a skin though. The M50. I'm not particularly a fan of either one of these. I think the M50 is the better of the two. For me, the Fury MX or the Fury and the Fury MX, I think are the better versions of the Fury. But I'm also not into racing, so when I look at these ships, I think they're kind of two different categories of racing, right? Like this one is not going to be jumping while it's racing. This one can. Uh, the Fury isn't going to be jumping. So yeah, I'm more. This one is the one I guess I would say I'm least excited about because I think the Archimedes should have been in here, and the Archimedes would have been a better choice. But hey, that's just me. My commercials weren't good enough, I guess. But no, it's 1,000, a little bit over 1,000 votes more for the Fury, and I hate it because I knew that the Fury was gonna win. If we were all on the same page about like what deserves the skin versus like what ships people own, it would be a little different. But I gotta respect that people want to get a skin for the ship that they own. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I guess I'm just like, I guess I'm trying to appeal to the side of people that's like, hey, you know what? I got some skins. Let's let somebody else get some skins. But it's fine with me because out of both of these, I'm more likely to get a Fury, uh, because I just don't need the M50 for anything. Because anything that I would use the M50 for, I would use the Archimedes for. So I'll probably never get a Fury LX, but I might get an MX or a base. So yeah, I mean, it would benefit me more if the Fury won. But again, that's not what this is about. So yeah, that's the ship showdown pick for today. The our 4 winners so far are C1, Ursa, 600i, and Terrapin, and it looks like it might be Fury versus Vulture. Like I said, this one is the least favorite anyway, because I think whatever goes here is going to lose to whatever goes here, and I think it'll be the Vulture that goes here. So yeah, that's ship showdown. Let's go on to the Star Citizen Nightly stuff. So this is our week, week in Star Citizen. So obviously reading that's all we're getting today outside of the ship showdown new ship stuff that I just did. And then we have the roadmap update and roadmap roundup coming tomorrow. So they've been saying for a while that they were gonna like do like a really big one of these like roadmap update joints. So I'm hoping that that's coming tomorrow, like, or not tomorrow. It's not Tuesday. It's Wednesday actually. So it'll be coming Wednesday, and I'm hoping that Wednesday they really put some effort into that thing. There's supposed to be some website changes and stuff happening too. So I don't know when those are happening, but I'm guessing that those are going to be worked on around the release of 3.24 when it goes to live, which that I got more to say about that as well, because if you didn't know, Star Citizen PTU 3.24 is at wave 2. Wave 2. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I just wanted to finish. We got Inside Star Citizen on Thursday. Friday, we got the RSI Weekly newsletter, and they are doing the Bar Citizen World Tour in Gamescom, at Gamescom in Cologne, Germany. So if you're not doing that, if you're in Germany and you want to go do that, it's both Friday and Saturday, and there's details on the website. I wanted to come down here and look at some of these screenshots. I still don't understand how people make such great screenshots, because when I do screenshots, they look like crap. So shout out to the people who can do this. This looks like maybe a little light editing here, but I don't know. This like fixing the light textures and how it bounces off of stuff. But this is, I mean, I don't care whether it's natural or edited. It's amazing. I can't do this. This really cool. Like I guess I need to get out more in the verse and like put myself into places that are like that look like this with the where the lighting is perfect and stuff like that. Yeah, and this one's just funny. I just thought this was awesome. I don't know if this person deaded all of them or if they were all trying to escape, or if this is like a this is fine. It says it's okay, sit tight down here, so who knows. All right, let's talk about the PTU, right? So everything is being tested right now. The that event is not live right now. The blockade runner event, that's not live right now. You can pause and read the known issues here, but this is what I really wanted to talk about. And this was as of the 16th. So this was like, what was that? Friday? It was either Thursday or Friday. Um, yeah, 16th, 17th, 18th. Yeah, that was Friday. So yeah, so I want to talk about these because I think these were pretty interesting. The tractor beam use adjustments. Tractor beam use on the multi-tool has had its cargo mass balanced to restrict use to cargo sizes under 32. Multi-tool can no longer move 32 SCU crates. You knew it was coming. 24 SCU or below. Otherwise, you're gonna have to use. Um, I think was it that I think you could get two people to do it, but maybe they changed that. It says both handheld tractor beams have had their movement speeds reduced, so it's gonna be you're not gonna be able to just swing stuff like it was kind of crazy. You have to admit that it was kind of crazy using those handheld tractor beams. It was like, oh, this is light work. I mean, loading your ship would take like 2 minutes, but yeah, they finally did it. You knew it was coming. Cargo officially matters now because you cannot just toss everything on there. So what I want to know is, can you use two streams to move something that's heavier? As in, like, somebody else has a multi-tool and you have a multi-tool and you both use it, and with your combined stream you can both move the 32 SCU container. I don't know if that's how it works, but yeah, if you already know, if you've already tried this in 3.24, let me know. But I haven't tried it. Item bank UI changes. Based on feedback, we determined the storage access flow was not providing the results we wanted. We've thus changed it to open a filtered view of the warehouse inventory to only show FPS gear like the storage access kiosk did. Search is missing in that view and will be added in a future patch. Fortunately, the storage access screen shares a lot of functionality with the freight elevator kiosk, so it wasn't throwaway work. That's good. They're listening to the community. So keep on complaining, you complainers. I love it because they're making the game better. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. The community said, we don't like this, please change it, and they're supposed to change it. So yes, keep giving that feedback. Cargo hauling mission changes. Greatly increased cargo hauling mission rewards allow players to retrieve cargo for shared missions where they aren't the original mission owner. Set hauling intro missions to not be shareable ships and vehicles. So the whole sea shield and health updates. I think I mentioned on the Info Runner show that I thought that there was a slight chance that that could be the whole B, and the CIG released like a little picture that was like a sneak preview. And if they're doing whole sea shield and health updates, maybe they're doing something. We're gonna have to check that too. I'll put those numbers up on the screen at some point. I don't know if it'll be right here, but it'll be somewhere. It'll say whole sea new shield health or new health update at some point in the future. I don't, because it's not gonna show me what it is now, but at some point I'll put that up on the screen. Yeah, just so we can know what they changed. But I think that whole B might be coming. It'll be we'll see. Removed SDFs and shields from spindles and attached cargo of the whole sea. Greatly increased the whole sea spindle strut health. All right, so there you go. They're putting some effort in on the whole sea. So if you own a whole sea, I don't know a lot of people who own a whole sea, even though I know it's like I know a lot of people own it. I just don't know a lot of people that do own it. So if you own a whole sea, tell me what you think if you've been playing around with it. The core tech made further ship debris collision physics performance improvements into the account performance polish for Hurston. So a lot of stuff changed going into wave 2. So yeah, biggest thing being that tractor beam use, maybe second biggest thing being the item bank UI. But the cargo hauling mission change, getting better rewards is always. Yep, you can just pause there and read that. Yeah, and let's keep it moving. I'm thinking that wave 2, once we get to wave 2, it's normally pretty stable by the time it gets to wave 2. So, but I'm looking at the known issues here, and until this gets about halfway to where it is, we're probably not going to be going live. So I think we'll probably open up. It's normally like a week. I mean, this is all subject to change, but I think we'll be at wave 3 at the end of this week. and then I think wave 4 probably midweek next week, and then it'll be open to everybody for like the rest of the week, I think, and then it'll be live. I think so. I give it like max 2.5 weeks before it's live. Yeah, I'm kind of iffy. Like, I've been waiting for 3.24 for a long time, but I think the way it happened kind of made me want to pull back again from playing Star Citizen as much. Like, I'll still get on and do my ship reviews and stuff like that, but I feel like I'm pulling back from playing because I feel like I keep waiting for things, and then when I get them, I'm like, I still need more. Like, I don't want to keep having that feeling. Like, I don't want, even though I know the game's in alpha, I know that it's not finished, I know that they're still working on it, I know they're constantly adding things. I'm tired of the feeling of I want more. I want to just play. I think I'm getting to that point where I'm like, I just want to play. I just want to hop on, do a few missions, not have to worry about a lot of things, and so I think I might be pushing myself back to 4.0 just because I want some more. I just want more, I guess, before I get back in. I'll still play. I'll still hop on occasionally, but I'm just not. I don't think I'm going to get back to consistent playing like I intended to this early. All right, moving on. So this one is, there's a lot of people who are upset because they don't have wave access. So let's do this first. Let's talk about what you have to do to get into the wave. Obviously, Evocati is how to become an Evocati isn't really published so much as these are things that you can try, and hopefully you get into the Evocati. You know, putting in issues. So I basically becoming a bug smasher. You go in, you find issues, you submit. That's like your main purpose in life. You make that your main purpose in life for a month, you'll probably make it to Evocati. And then the most active PTU testers, right? So if you hop on PTU as soon as you have access and you are like playing nonstop, then you're gonna get, you're more likely to get, Evocati access. And obviously, if you do both of those, it'll happen even faster. Group 1 is obviously you pay $25,000, and to you've put $25,000 into the game, you automatically are Group 1. I would say those people probably should be Evocati, but Group 1's fine. Subscribers, you pay $10 a month or $20 a month. And then the top active players rated by hours in the previous 2 major patch cycles. So if you want to be Group 1, you could just play a lot. If you play enough, you'll be in Group 1. You'll just get in there. So that's part of it. Like, you don't actually have to buy anything to get to Group 1. So I just want to put that out there because I think that's kind of what's said here. $10 or $25,000 for the PTU. It doesn't have to be either one of those. If you just play a lot, then you can get in. So I just want to make that clear. Continuing on, Group 2, Praetorian Concierge. That's the 15,000 dollar level. Then it's the second most active. So again, you do not, if you're in the second most, you still at least get Group 2 without spending all this money. Then 3 is Wing Commander, Space Marshal, and Grand Admiral. So these are the second, third, and fourth level. So this is, I believe, what is it? 2,500, 5,000, and 10,000. And then you get into Group 3, or if you're in the third most active player. So again, you do not have to pay. Then Group 4, High Admiral. So that's $1,000 spent, and fourth most active players rated by hours. And then Group 5 is all backers. So yeah, so I needed to go over that so that when we talk about this, it makes more sense. So they're basically saying someone can spend $10, get in and try it out, but I spent, $1,000 and I can't do that. And they say even that is the way it used to be. But it says, hey, thanks for spending $25K on our pre-alpha game. Here's early access to our test servers only if your top active players rated by hours in the previous 2 major patch cycles. Oh, hey, you gave us $10. Here's full PTU access and a bunch of perks with that. So the other part of this is, of course, the $10 thing being the subscribers. If you're a subscriber, you're basically saying, here, CIG, I'm just going to support the game monthly, right? And this guy's idea is like, I already spent $1,000, so I should be treated the same way, right? But the thing is, they think about the person who spends $1,000 on this game and how likely they are to do a subscription if they want something more, right? If you've already spent $1,000 on one game, that is not a common thing, by the way. That's not a lot of, most people do not spend $1,000 on one video game, right? Unless it's an MMO, but even then $1,000 is a lot. Most people spend like 300, 400, maybe after like 10, 15 years, right? They've spent that much. But that's what I think CIG is trying to say. There are people who have bought maybe one ship a year since the game has been in development. You know, one ship a year. Maybe they bought a $100 ship every year for 13 years, almost 13 years. And now they are in the Mile High Club, or not the Mile High Club, the Concierge Club. So what is that? Or it's the Million Mile High Club. How do you get in there? The Million Mile High Club. I think you have to like, I think you have to do like thousands of bring like 1,000 people to the game or something, or it's something crazy like that to get the Million Mile High Club. So we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Concierge. But if you did that and all you've done, like, you don't play the game at all, all you do is like purchase digital ships once, you know, maybe once a year. You every IAE you pick a ship and you're like, okay, I want that one, and then you don't touch the game again until next year. Obviously CIG is going to like reward you for that, right? You're going to get your concierge status. That's what your reward is for that, right? You get premium treatment and so on and so forth, right? Whatever, all the things it lists for concierge. That's what your reward is. So when you then say, well, I want another reward, which is PTU access, they're like, no, you can pay for PTU access. You've given $1,000 to the game already. It's just $10, right? And mind you, PTU access is rarely longer than a month, right? Like it's not like you're gonna have to pay $10 this month, $10 next month, $10 the month after, and it's all gonna be PTU, right? Eva Cotty gets PTU for a while. They might have it for three weeks, 4 weeks, right? But Group 1 normally has it like a week, maybe 2. Group 2 maybe has it a week, and then everybody else is like sharing a week or less, right? So it's a month, right? You pay $10 and then you can just play the new version of the game. You're basically paying $10 to play the new version of the game. So then you're like, well, why give it to the people who paid $25,000? Because in 13 years, that's a different level of dedication, right? If you've spent $25,000 on this game, there's very few doors to this game that should be closed. Especially now, if it was 25,000 over 25 years, maybe people would look at it less. But even then, that's still $1,000 a year. So you're talking about people who spent $2,000, or almost $2,000 a year since this game has been created. That's not the same as somebody who buys a $100 ship once at IAE, right? Because there's not 25 $2,000 ships in the game. So that means this person is buying tons of ships every year, right? Or they're buying skins, they're buying stuff for their friends, they're buying stuff for their orgs, whatever, right? So it's not supposed to be that like you get this PTU access for how much you spend in the game, but they're saying if you want that, if you want to just have access to Wave 1 forever, spend $25K. Not worth it though when you could just spend $10. So I think that's kind of the idea, that like we're rewarding people who have spent the most money on this game by saying we're not going to make you spend the extra $10 because you've already spent enough. But we're also saying, hey, like if you want to play this new content, it's literally new content, give us $10 and then you can play the new content. I think it's fair. Because it's all test content anyway. You're gonna get the content for free if you just wait the month and a half, or however long it is. So that's why I guess this, you know, I 100% support people taking CIG to task for it, because it can be better than this. But CIG it's pre-alpha, right? Or it's still an alpha, right? Well, it would be pre-alpha if it's PTU. So if it's pre-alpha, you're asking for like behind the scenes. We're already behind the scenes because we're doing the alpha, right? You're asking to be behind the scenes of behind the scenes. So I don't know. I don't mind them asking $10 for it. I like that there's a way to get it without spending any money. Just play the game a lot and you'll get in there. That's kind of the point, right? If you play the game enough, you'll be in there anyway. So if you're on the outside looking in, you're probably not playing the game enough to be this frustrated about it, because that's what they want. When you get invited to PTU, they want people who are going to test the game. And if you aren't going to test the game and you just want to be a looky-loo and go inside, and you just want to go inside and check it out, like me, I'm one of those people. So like I'm not downing those people. I have not spent 25 grand on this game. But what I'm saying is I'm willing to spend the $10 to go be a looky-loo. I want to go in and check stuff out. And that's what I did. You know, I made a video of me going in the hangar, and that was it. I still owe you guys a freaking, I keep forgetting that I owe you guys a decoration video. At this point, you're probably all in decorating stuff yourself, but I'm still going to do that video. I just got to remember to do it. But yeah, I don't know. That's the way I feel about it. I feel like $10 is fine. I feel like anybody who spent $25,000 on this game deserves all of the things that come with this game. So if they get anything, you're never going to hear me be like, oh, they shouldn't get that. And then, you know, I don't, you know, I think there should be better rewards for concierge, but I don't think this necessarily should be one of them. If you play the game long enough, you'll be wave 1 or wave 2, and you don't have to spend any money. So just play the game more. Play, you know, there's people I know, I'm not going to name any names, but I know people who literally like, they have like mouse mover things, you know, that just, they put a mouse mover, they turn the game on, put a mouse mover thing on, and they just use a mouse mover to get like more playing time in the game. Now, I don't know if CIG checks for that or what, but that person is wave 1 and they are not a subscriber and they have not spent $25,000. So I'm just saying, like, get creative, folks. Like, I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying, like, if this person has been this creative, why can't you be creative in your own way? So yeah, you know, it's $10. And then you even got people saying stuff in here like they think PTU access is a reward and stuff. And then there's this thread here that kind of talks about why they made the switch. They weren't getting enough users. They weren't getting enough active players. They were just getting looky-loos, like I said before. They were just getting people who logged in the first day, maybe the second day, and then they never logged on again. So they want everybody who's part of wave 1 to be somebody who's actually going to log in. Well, the majority, overwhelming majority of people to be people who are active players. Now, I would have said top active players for sure. Now, they have the data. Remember, they have the data on their side. We are just out here guessing why they made the changes, but they are making this based on data. So they know exactly how long, whoever it is that complained, they know how long you played. They can look it up and say, oh, you played once on a Saturday last year, and that was only to test out the ship that you bought during IAE. And then they're going to look at you and be like, what's up? You want to be wave 1 and you only played once? Like, and yeah, so yeah, play more, folks, play more. I'm telling you, I'm playing less, so they can have my $10. All right, moving on. So this is the ship showdown. This is just kind of showing you what days everything's going to be available. They sold the 890 jump over the course of 4 days, and I did not know that they were selling it. But I did mention that I don't really have an interest in buying the 890 jump. Now, in the future, maybe it'll be like awesome or something. I don't know. But I'm the only way I'm getting an 890 jump is if it has LTI, because it right now it's 950, so I don't think they have to put LTI on it. So if they put it in a pack or something, yeah. But it's a no from me, dog. It's a no from me. Maybe when the price jumps to 1,000 and then they have to put LTI on it. I don't know. I don't know if it ever will, but yeah. Yes, this is yes, Terrapin. This says Gladiator. This says Gladiator must win, and then right under it, boom. the Terrapin already won, but still. Mind you, I'm gonna upvote this too now that it doesn't matter. But yeah, I would have loved for the Gladiator to have a chance, but they put it in the category with the only other ship that I like more. Sorry, that was kind of had to happen, and I think that's what happened with the 600i. Somebody is saying the exact same thing to me about the 890 jump. Mind you, I don't own one, so I don't care. I own a 600i, so I win either way. But yes, somebody is standing there like 600i had to win, my guy. Sorry, my God, I don't own an 890 jump. And I like the 600i more. I like the 600i more too, but the 890 jump deserved that skin, man. I'm sorry. Out of all the ships on this list, there's only 4 I think that deserve skins, like deserve a skin. I think the Origin M50, the Gladiator, the Terrapin, and the Jump. All 4 of those deserve skins. The STV might be like a honorable mention, but those 5 deserve skins, and 2 of them are already out of the running. 3 of them are already out of the running. So good luck M50, which is already losing by 1,200 votes. And then the Anvil Terrapin, which I think is our best chance at getting a ship that deserves a skin. So there it is. Lastly, there is no official development Discord that is managed by CIG. So if you're a part of a Discord and you think that it's official CIG, it is not. They are telling you here, it is not official. So whatever, if you've been thinking you've been getting insider information and stuff, you are not getting that. Sorry, sir. All right, that is it for this one. Thanks for spending your time with us. Shout out to the members. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.